gentlemen, my name is REUBEN and I'm delighted to be joining you all the way from Sierra Leone to take part in the First World Congress on Public Management. I'm happy to be joining the conversation on public management in Africa and to give my own contribution in this regard. I am a peace-building academic and practitioner from Sierra Leone, and I'll be giving some few interventions as part of the conversation here today and to discuss my own ideas on public management from current events in Sierra Leone and to see how we can push forward the conversations in this regard. Now, Sierra Leone, you may all know, is a small country in the west coast of Africa. More than 6 million people. We had a civil conflict that ended in 2002, and the country is now on the road to recovery. It's a small country, a small population, but we have huge challenges in governance. We have a stable political system now, but however, we have been overshadowed by governance challenges, and these challenges are still some of the major concerns that we all have as academics and civil society activists. And we do believe that at the core of the governance issue in Sierra Leone is public management. How the governance system should be properly managed, how the development efforts should be properly managed, and how the civil society structures across the country can also have equal opportunity to be visible in the public management process in Sierra Leone. Now, public management, as you all may know, is about planning and taking action that will help to provide public goods for all within a given society. And this means the governance system should be able to operate effectively, and public institutions should also be able to implement their activities in an organized and systemic manner for a better outcome that will be beneficial to all. But one of the major problems that in a place like Sierra Leone that we lack on public management is that it is not really structured and systematized. The challenges we face advancing public management in a place like Sierra Leone, I think we need to have a well-organized governance system, a governance system that is able to, deal with issues of corruption, that will be able to create innovative ideas that will support the systemization of public management across the country, and a governance system that can be able to support the public management of our resources. And I think these are the challenges. In Sierra Leone, as I have mentioned, we have a stable governance system, but however, the politicking within government is affecting public management. The politicking in government is affecting public management that in effect stifles the proper implementation of programs. The challenges we face in politics is also affecting the public management that leads to mostly corruption in public management structures and institutions. And then a major problem is that in Sierra Leone, we still are in elementary phase of developing, technological systems that can help with public management. Simple, innovative technologies that should be part of the public management systems are lacking. And therefore, for things to be done effectively has become a challenge. For governance systems to operate effectively has become a challenge, and then it has been the building block that engineers problems of massive and ingrained corruption in the country. So advancing public management, taking the case of Sierra Leone in Africa, we I think are jumping the gun. We actually need to build effective governance systems that equally are responsive to the public management needs of the country. Effective governance systems that at least can make sure that the people who have the qualities and the qualification to take up public management institutions are put in the right place. And if that is done, then effective implementations of program can be undertaken in public management structures, and they will be able to provide public goods for all. Now, also advancing professionalization of public management system in Africa, we have to consider new innovations in technology. Innovations in technology that can help to make sure that the management systems are in order, are systematized, that it does not have to be one man or few people involving in the management of a particular process within governance system, and which in turn will lead to issues of corruption and misappropriation of resources, and also the problem of them not being able to provide or be responsive to provide public goods for all.
Okay.
So as I am, talking about the case of Sierra Leone, I would like to state that, yeah, in as much as we are facing all of these challenges, there is one good story that I would like to talk about regarding Sierra Leone's efforts for better governance. Um, Currently, we have developed what we call open government partnership, which is a very good initiative that has been going on now for a couple of years. And this initiative is to see how best we can have a form of partnership and engagement between the government and the civil society structures of Sierra Leone. The open government practices are now being developed, and this involves a process of, you know, getting the government to go down to the community and engage with the local people to talk about their concerns. And then you have civil society communities interacting with the government um, in terms of getting information about how they are implementing development programs, how they are implementing their government agendas across the governance agenda across the country. And so open government partnership is in a way slowly helping to increase the participation of the civil society structures in the governance process of the country. And as an activist and a peace building practitioner, I do also believe that if it is effectively implemented, if the government puts more attention to these sort of processes, then it can help to foster or advance professionalization of public management in the country. Open government is now working. You have a specific commission now in charge of this process, and they are developing scorecard to kind of assess the activities and engagements of all public institutions in terms of meeting their goal of providing public good across the country. And this scorecard have been used to assess the effectiveness of the activities of all these various public management institutions. In the long run, we do hope that it will help to at least deal with problems of corruption, and it will also increase awareness of government and civil society engagement in the provision of public goods. And also in the long run, it may help to help with better governance across the country. However, I'll still want to state that Africa has a long way to go in terms of public management. It varies country to country, but the story in Sierra Leone is that public management is still overshadowed by a lot of challenges as a result of political problems, as a result of corruption, as a result of lack of innovations in technology, for better implementation of and management of government programs. And yes, the country is still largely donor driven, and there is more need for us to own our own development agenda and to push forward governance processes across the country. We do also have an institution for public administration and management, which is also one of part of the constituent college of the University of Sierra Leone, and that institution is responsible to train mid-career individuals who are interested to take up full-time work on public management across the country. And we still have a long way to go, but we are also pushing forward. The government, civil society structures, and international organizations are all working together to make sure that at least public management helps to provide public good that will help to transform Sierra Leone now and into the future. Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to contribute to this World Congress on Public Management. Thank you.